So you're up every night going from this YouTube channel to that YouTube channel, going from that YouTube channel to this YouTube channel, praying prayers of abundance, praying prayers of prosperity, trying to find prosperity prayers that will really work and change your financial situation. But I want to tell you the truth about prosperity prayers today and what you really need to be doing, as well as praying, if you want to transform your financial situation. And I'm going to tell you this flat out. Prosperity prayers don't work unless you work. I'm going to say that again. Prosperity prayers don't work unless you work. And now what do I mean by that? I am somebody who has experienced the prosperity of God. I am somebody who has prayed and miraculous things have happened in my life. But guess what? I have never seen a financial level in my life sustained without my own work included and my own stewardship associated with it. Even if God blesses you with finances today, let's say you pray one of those prosperity prayers and God blesses you with finances. It is your stewardship that determines whether you remain at that financial level or you go back down. And the reality is that prayer, that prosperity prayer, ain't changing your mindset. What's changing your mindset? Study. So you ain't gonna like this video. And I'm just getting warmed up. But in this video, I'm going to give you some real context. I'm going to give you some life stories, a big story of mine. I'm going to show you why you shouldn't just be praying these prosperity prayers and what you actually need to do. That was just the intro. So, at the beginning of this year, end of last year, beginning of this year, me and my wife needed a financial breakthrough. There was payments that we did not expect to make in our business, and it was just looking like, hey, like we gonna need some bread. There's a lot that we gotta do, and we gonna need some bread to do it. And so, we prayed together, and I just was so uncertain about it. I just felt so much stress that I told her I need to go downstairs by myself. We were staying in her mom's house on that night. I was staying with my mum for like 2 days at that time. I went downstairs to pray in my mother-in-law's house for a few hours from like 1 a.m. to like 3 a.m. I prayed all manner of prosperity prayers. I commanded wealth and this one to come to me and that and this and the third. And I did all of it, all of the stuff you're doing. You're going on YouTube, you're saying, God, you're following the words. It says, God, let all my enemies be scattered. And you're repeating after it. And then you're saying, God, financial breakthrough is mine. God, and you're doing it all. So I prayed every financial prayer I need to pray because I needed breakthrough. And I fell asleep in that prayer time and I had a dream. Our payment provider for our business is Stripe. And I saw a certain figure in our Stripe account. I think it was like 6,000 and something for that day. And I woke up, I looked in the Stripe and there was not 6,000 something in our Stripe account for that day at all. But when I woke up with a zeal. I woke up with a passion. I woke up with a desire to say, if God's shown me this number, that means there's something I can do to get to this number. I woke up with the faith to say, I don't see this number in the flesh, but I saw this number in the spirit. And so there must be something I have access to that can get this number here now and solve this financial problem that I'm having. And so there was a product that we had that we'd created and I pushed it. I pushed it the best way I knew how to push it. Little did I know it was going to amount to the number and surpass the number that I saw by a few thousands for that day. And we ended up having like 5 figures over 2 days. And the number I saw in my head was like 6,000. Now, I prayed, God showed me that number, and that number delivered the faith inside of me to go and pursue it. But if I did not go and pursue it, nothing would have happened. I want to make that very clear to you. If I did not go and pursue, if I did not do the extra marketing, do the extra push, nothing would have happened. And so I want you to understand that these prosperity prayers that you are praying, maybe the goal of those prayers is to not make money fall from the sky. Maybe the goal of those prayers is to ignite you with faith so that you can go and do, knowing that you have God's backing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Maybe it is not to get 100 new clients into your business overnight by some favor prayer, but maybe it is to give you the faith to persevere through the hard times so that you can have breakthrough down the line. My issue with these prosperity prayer thingies is that there are a small group of people who are in need right now of instantaneous breakthrough, and God gives it to them. But the majority of people, you're experiencing what you're experiencing because of the process. What's the process? The process is God testing, pruning, developing, and seeing what's on the inside of you. And that process means you got to work with the Lord to get to a new level. So look, listen, I told my story. I prayed. God gave me a dream. I saw a number. It made me have the faith to push for said number. Now, does it always work in that case? No. But what I will say is, if I got that 10, 11,000 pounds and I did not steward it well, is that God's fault? No. Am I back to broke? Yes. And so there are so many people who are praying prosperity prayers. God has answered you, and he's answered you time and time and time and time again. But you have not changed your lifestyle to recognize why you keep ending up back at broke. And I had to be, me and my wife had to be honest with ourselves this year and say, you know, we're making a lot more money than ever, but our expenses are definitely too high. We're definitely spending way too much money. And as a result of that, we are not getting to see the fullness of the prosperity or of the blessing that God has given us. And that's not because the prayers ain't working. The prayers be working. The seeds be seeding and be growing and be harvesting and be reaping and all that good stuff. They be bountifully, reaping and all that. Great harvest. But the lack of stewardship or not to a level of where it could be means that there are things that we don't get to tap into. And so maybe you're praying these prosperity prayers and you're saying, do these prosperity prayers even work? And the reality is, do you work? Do you work on your stewardship? Do you work on your mindset? Do you work on your diligence? Do you work on your business? Do you work? You know what I'm saying? Are you using these prosperity prayers as a shortcut to work? Or are you using these prosperity prayers as a battery in your back to charge you to go and possess the land? You get what I mean? And so look, here's what I'll say do. This is what I'm saying. Take it or leave it. All right? But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that wisdom is the principal thing. And wisdom says, the book of Proverbs tells us that wisdom says, riches and honor are with her. So if you want honor, if you want to be honored by the people around you, you want to be respected, you want to be a great name, if you want to have money beyond your wildest dreams, gold, silver, everything the material things the material of this world could offer, guess where it is? It is in the company of wisdom. And so maybe, just maybe, the reason why you haven't seen these prosperity prayers taking you to new levels and new heights is not because the prayers ain't working. The prayers are working. You just don't have the wisdom to steward and sustain what God's been giving you. So it's coming in and it's going right out the holes in your pocket. And I bet that's 90% of people who are praying these prayers. They're praying, God, give me a new financial level, but they are not praying, God, give me wisdom. They're praying, God, give me a new financial level, but they are not buying any finance books. I just started reading Dave Ramsey's finance book, what's it called? Money Makeover or something like this, because I recognized I'm a bit too risky. I need to deal with it. I'm spending some money recklessly. And so I need to reel it in because there's some knowledge I don't know. There's some lies that I'm believing. There's some myths that need to be broken in my life. And so I'm reading this to break some myths in my life. So I praise God for that. But the reality is you got to pursue knowledge. You've got to pursue wisdom more than just pray. Are you hearing me? This doesn't sound blasphemous to you, does it? Because I'm telling you to do more than pray. Yeah, you pray without ceasing and you better work too. You better commit yourself to doing what the faith gave you to do. The Bible talks about how faith without works is dead. There is an action to your faith, and that's how we know the reality of your faith. So if you sit on your hands and say, God, give me prosperity, how selfish does that sound? Where's your business? Where's your vehicle? Where's your job opportunity? Where's an opportunity that God can give you to bless you? And so really I wanted to make this video to say this. You're praying these prayers, and there are a group of people who genuinely need financial breakthrough, and they're praying those prayers, and that something breaks and shifts in the spirit, and they hit a new financial level. And I am here for that. And then there is the 95% of people who are praying for things that they should be using wisdom to solve. I'm going to say that again. There is a 95% of people who are praying for things that they should be using wisdom to solve. God's created systems in this earth that allow things to come in our direction. Wisdom is part of that. And wisdom and finances go together hand in hand. And so, do prosperity prayers really work? Yes, prosperity prayers do really work. The question is not, do prosperity prayers really work? The question is, do you work? And now the reality is, think about how many people you know that are crying out for more finances, and then think about how many people you know that actually get it. If we really believe that God is a good God, God is a loving God, God is a faithful God, God is a great Father, then maybe there's something we're doing wrong why he hasn't given you what you're asking for yet. Because you believe he's good, so he's not doing it to spite you. You believe he's good, so he's not hating on you. You believe he's good, so it's not some type of wickedness that he's bestowing upon you. What is it then? And that's what we need to figure out. And I believe that the church has pursued prayer for finances, but they haven't taken it from prayer to wisdom. And so this is your call to become wise. This is your call to do what James says. If any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of the Lord, who will give it freely. God has made wisdom freely available. It even says wisdom cries out, begs, hey, come here. This is your season to develop wisdom. And all the riches, all the gold, all the majestic things that you want in your life will be yours. Why? Because the principles that God created that govern this earth say so. They have to be yours if you follow the laws and the principles of wisdom. So I don't know about you, but I'm following wisdom. I'm trying to keep wisdom as close to me as I can. And sometimes I be getting it wrong. And I thank God for a wise wife who be helping me get it right. But we're walking as close to wisdom as we can. And so, hope you've enjoyed this video. Catch you in the next one. We're almost done with this challenge. See you soon.